Dr Reena here. I'm a dental specialist and founder of RW Perio, located at 75 Harley Street. Welcome to my podcast, Life and Smile, where we talk about everything dental, lifestyle, business, and much more. Every episode, I'm joined in conversation with a specialist expert in their chosen field, who give us a behind-the-scenes glimpse into their daily regime, career turning points, and an insider look at what they can't live without. As a businesswoman myself, it's so inspiring to hear how people have built their careers and shattered those glass ceilings. So let's get the conversation going. On this episode, we really wanted to direct the Life and Smile conversation towards health, lifestyle, entertainment, and what it truly takes to turn this into a successful career. As a dental professional, I know also how much you need to train your body like an athlete so that you're always in the best shape to provide the best care for your patients. Combining this with entertainment, it's actually the dance industry that I've been personally inspired by. And now we're conveniently moving on to my favourite season, which is, of course, Strictly season. And just before her schedule gets absolutely crazy, we are so lucky to have brought a very special person back to Harley Street. As the first Welsh professional to take part in the BBC's Strictly Come Dancing, her sheer talent is combined with the warmest and most caring personality. It is, of course, Amy Dowden. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
So, obviously, you've had such an inspiring career to date, but let's take it back to right from the beginning. So, tell us kind of what prompted to start your career in this industry. How did it all start up?
Well, as a child, I couldn't keep still. So my parents would say I couldn't even watch a cartoon. And when we were on holidays at my granddad's caravan in Cornwall, there was like a disco dance competition going on in the clubhouse. Yep. I got up and I conveniently won, but I do think it was because I was wearing this massive, it's my birthday badge, because it was my birthday. And I just loved it. I loved the spotlight, the attention, obviously the trophy for winning. And then I just begged my parents, really, the entire holiday to take me dancing, in which they did. And I think they thought, this will keep Amy busy for £2.50 every Saturday morning. Little did they know it was about to take over their life and their bank balance. And as soon as I started dancing, I just knew this is where I belonged. It was my happy place. And once I started dancing, I guess I couldn't stop, whether it was in the playground, in the supermarkets. Wow. I was that annoying child that just couldn't keep still. And lucky enough, I went to the most amazing dance school, who are like my second parents now. Actually, Philip, the dance teacher that took me when I was only 8 years old, did a speech at my wedding just gone. So, they guided me my entire career. And I think they helped mould me into the person I am as well today.
Amazing. And what was it initially that drew you to dance? Was it you just felt you were in a kind of different space? Like, it made you happy?
I think I just got lost in the music. And I could be this big performer and it didn't matter. I could smile. I could do all these stupid facial expressions and throw my legs up. And it was okay. It was definitely my happy place, that's for sure.
And obviously you've done so much in your career. Were there any career turning points, would you say, in your career? Any like super proud moments that you thought, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this?
Yeah, definitely. When I was 21, I started dancing with my now husband, Ben, and we got to travel back and forth to LA for our coach, Richard Porter. And this was like a massive turning point in our career. Since working with him, our results just got better and better. And then the next thing in 2016, all of a sudden we're lined up to win the British Championships and the first all-British couple to take the title in like over 20 years. Wow. But at the same time, Strictly Come Dancing came knocking on my door.
Yes.
So two dreams at the same time. But I had to choose.
Right.
And it was the hardest decision, like, both my dreams come at the same time, like Strictly, every dancer's dream, but also this British title that I've wanted since I was 8 years old, and also the work that Ben had put into it, and Strictly wasn't asking Ben, so I felt like I couldn't take his dream away from him. It was also at the time, though, we were living with Ben's parents, not a penny to our name, just we had like several jobs getting the money for all our lessons in LA for the next competition, whereas obviously starting Strictly, it was going to be completely life-changing. And I had to make a decision that I could live with for the rest of my life, and one that I could
How did you
stand
do
by
that?
it.
How did you kind of...
I cried a lot,
Oh.
and I'd ask my parents for advice, my friends, and everybody give obviously different opinions.
Yeah.
And then I just had to go with my heart and make a decision that I knew that I could live with, basically. And I chose to stand by Ben and go for the British. Although he was saying to me, go and do Strictly, it's okay. I guess remembering when I was 8 years old, walking into that ballroom and turning to my mum and saying, this is better than Disney and I want to be a professional dancer. I think I knew what it'd mean to win.
Yeah.
But there's no guarantee when you go into a competition. And obviously I suffer with Crohn's disease. I could have had a flare-up and missed the competition.
Yeah.
So I can remember ringing Strictly and floods and floods of tears. And the last line I said was, if I ever was lucky enough to get this opportunity again, I hope you could see I'd be loyal and trustworthy and dedicated. And they said to me, you're making the right decision.
Yeah.
And lucky enough, I was crown champion.
Yeah.
And Strictly emailed me and said that a big cheer went off in the production office when they heard, which was lovely. And then I was so lucky in 2017 when Strictly rang me and said, so is this a good time? And then I cried and cried and cried.
Oh,
and,
absolutely amazing.
And it's been life-changing.
And I think it's such an interesting conversation there, because do you feel like sometimes when you have all those decisions to make, going with your instinct is sometimes the best thing? And I think the thing you said about looking back and making sure you're not going to regret that decision is a key piece of advice, I think, for someone who's earlier on in their career.
Yeah, 100%. And I guess not being influenced by others. So I just took myself into another room and just was like, right, what does Amy want? How am I going to feel about this? It's not going to, affect them emotionally, really, but it will for me forever.
Yeah.
And I guess making that decision for myself and on my own, I guess I could stand by it rather than being influenced by others. So that's what I would guide is be true to yourself always.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say to anybody.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess then things all happen at the right time. To have
absolutely.
faith in the journey ahead. So you're such an inspiration to so many people out there, and you're so driven. So what is it that drives you kind of every single day? You've achieved so much. You're involved in so many things. Do you have like a mentor that you turn to? You mentioned your coach who took you from the beginning through your career, or is there like a book that you read when you need?
Actually, Naira.
Really?
And people ask me this all the time.
Yeah.
Suffering with Crohn's disease, I think I've been through some pretty dark times, and I guess being in hospital for one time for 6 weeks and missing out on Blackpool, I knew what it felt like to have my dancing taken away from me, my dreams taken away from me. And I guess that I always promised myself when I was well, I was always going to push and strive to achieve what I wanted to. And I think sometimes it's getting something that you love taken away from you makes you realise that you're never going to lose an opportunity.
Yes.
So, when I am well, I'm never going to stop pushing. And I guess when I am poorly, it's my dreams that push me through it.
Yes.
And I guess, I haven't achieved everything I wanted to. And I'm certainly not the best dancer in the world, but once I have ticked a box, I make a list and
the next.
What's the next goal?
Yeah.
And you can always be a better person.
For sure.
And that's not just as a dancer or as a career, as, within myself. And I think set your own goals that are achievable.
Yeah.
And push. So
you're in your career, you kind of, do you make like big goals or mini goals, or how do you break that down? Like,
there's like a few. So there's personal goals and then there's career goals.
Right. Okay.
Like simply obviously getting married, getting a house.
Yeah.
I run a dance academy and now I want to grow that bigger and bigger to even like being on Strictly, which is the dream job. I'm like Strictly through and through and through. But from there, going off on other adventures, like pushing myself to go into presenting.
Amazing.
And maybe things that are out of my comfort zone, because I think that's a challenge. And there's no better feeling when you've put yourself out of your comfort zone, but then achieved it.
For sure. Yeah. No, completely agree. So, and you mentioned obviously you've had challenges through your career. What would be some of the biggest ones for others who are kind of starting their career? Everyone faces their own types of obstacles. You mentioned it was your dreams that get you through those dark times. Do you have any other advice or any other times which you think, gosh, this was really difficult for me, and the advice may help someone else?
Yeah, I just learned that you don't need to compare yourself to other people and their journeys.
Yes.
I'm on my own, and I'm only ever in competition with myself and not them. But obviously, my younger self in my late teens, early 20s, that's all you do is compare yourself to others.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I was a little bit older that I realised it's okay to achieve my dreams a little bit later. If I'm a bit older, winning the British and hopefully getting on to Strictly, that's okay.
Yeah.
They haven't had to battle what I've had to battle. So I think it's, remembering to only ever be in competition with yourself.
Yeah. Fine. We're all on our own journey
Yeah.
and own pathway as such. So obviously we will see you on the television. But tell us more about, and you mentioned your dance academy, all the other projects that you're doing. Do you have like a typical day in the life of Amy, or is every day different? Tell us about
is so different.
Okay.
Especially this last year, I've been lucky enough to be filming a new TV series, which is coming out in January. Dare to Dance.
Right.
For the BBC. Obviously, I've got Strictly. I do Strictly tours. I did my own personal tour. I planned a wedding. I run a dance academy.
Gosh.
It's been every day I'd wake up and I'd be in a different part of the country.
Wow.
Lucky I got a very understanding partner. But it's exciting.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't change it for anything. And whilst I can, I'm going to keep
Enjoy
pushing
it.
and keep doing it. And right now, obviously, it's, as you said, the best time of year,
Yeah,
Strictly.
yeah.
So, you're on that roller coaster.
Yeah.
And it's just utter joy.
Yeah.
And every day is different, whether it's going on. It takes to training in the room and you're doing as many hours as you can, to media appearances, or coming on podcasts like this. So it's so cool to be doing something different every day. It's
so you like the variety of everything. How do you organize everything? You must have to be super organized. Like, I know I've got my iCal and put everything in there. Do you have like several calendars, or how do you like manage to fit everything in, organize?
Now, I'm not organized at all. So I'm lucky to have people around me, and we do have this with my agent VR. I also have a PA.
Yeah.
They're all on the same calendar and they'll put things in.
Right.
And I guess because all I worry about is dancing. I don't want to do admin stuff and things like that. I just want to be in the dance studio.
Yeah.
So I'm very lucky that I do have an incredible team that I literally wake up, look at my online diary, and there I am. But during Strictly, it's kind of easy because, I'm hopefully
well, I'm not sure if it's easy,
with
but
my celebrity partner for the foreseeable.
Exciting times. That's really nice because then you get to focus on what you really want to focus on. No, for sure. So, with obviously we're in completely different industries, but I guess with us, recently in the media, there's been quite a lot on the importance of sort of oral health to the rest of your body, also for like things like sports performance. And I guess as a dancer as well, like, you've got to always, you want to be your best, you want to feel your best, to be able to perform the best. Do you have any like tips and tricks on, how can we all be the best we can with this current lifestyle, which everyone is super busy all the time? How can we find those pockets of, space where we also, re-energize as well? Because many of us back to back with meetings and this and that, and we don't ever get to rest as such.
Yeah, do you know what? It's just finding 5-10 minutes in the day, even if it's just getting a cup of tea and sitting outside and watching the world go by, or leaving your phone to one side half an hour before you go to bed, or find a book that you can get lost in, or for some people, if they work in an office, get into the gym or to an exercise class. For me, like, keeping well is about my diet, maintaining a healthy diet, looking after myself there, and just ensuring for me is just speaking to my family, because I'm a proper family girl, a Welsh girl. It can't just be like picking up the phone and having a half an hour phone call with mum and dad and catching up with them, and I just feel so much better. I could be really emotional and then pick up the phone, have half an hour with them, and I've had a giggle, caught up with them, and then I'm like, focused, let's go.
So it's just simple things can make a big difference. With your kind of diet and so on, how do you maintain that strict level of discipline? Is it just become a part of your routine? You don't overthink it, kind of?
I just won't touch the foods I can't, because it's not worth the pain. So I won't eat red meat, anything with skin on, nuts. I won't even question it.
Just as part of your day-to-day. And if you had to pick like 3 things that you can't leave the house without, or 3 things you always have on you, we always ask our guests, what would they be?
Well, I've got my bag in here, so I could show you dance shoes.
Yes, of course.
my medication, and my mobile phone.
Yeah, no, good, all good answers. So, what have you got lined up to look forward to? I know you mentioned the new series that's being released.
Yes.
For the listeners out there, I'm sure we want to follow you both on Strictly, but thereafter as well. What are some things that we can stay tuned with to keep up to date?
So I've got my new TV series coming out, Dare to Dance. That's in January. Later this year, I've been working with BBC Wales regarding body shaming and talking about that. And I've been speaking with the most incredible people. And hopefully that's going to help educate.
For sure.
And mainly speaking with people with invisible disabilities.
Okay.
And trying to make people aware.
Yep.
But still, it's not okay to body shame regardless.
Yep.
So that's been, a topic very close to my heart.
Yep.
Obviously, I have a dance academy, so I'm really busy there. So if you want to learn to dance, check me out there.
Yep. But where can we find out about your dance academy? Is everything online, or what's the best way to?
Check out my Instagram page.
Yep,
there's a little link in my bio. And obviously Strictly, that's takes up such a big chunk of the year. Then hopefully the arena tour.
Yeah.
So it's go.
So much.
And hopefully I'm going to fit in a honeymoon.
Oh, amazing! Of course. Where are you thinking? Have you decided? You got a short list?
I've got quite a list.
Yeah.
Maldives, Thailand, the Caribbean. There's a few places. Just somewhere where we can go and escape,
switch off, and for sure, well-deserved break. And congratulations again on your recent wedding. So all the photos are so gorgeous.
Thank you.
So I know you're super busy, Amy, so thank you so much for your time. Super inspirational. Wishing you all the best for the season coming up, and thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.